What's good, everybody? This is Brian, and it's time for the Is It Good review. And this time I'm doing none other than Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which is available now on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, as well as, of course, the PC. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a 5-on-5 strategically cooperative multiplayer game, which doesn't feature a single-player campaign, but that's all right. This one gets away with it. This one, I think, gets away with it because it's not a very big license. It's not as big as Star Wars. But second, the single player is actually not too bad. It's called Situations Mode. You can kind of see it here. This is the main menu. This is what you will see when you first boot up your game. You have Situation Mode. We'll get into that. As you can see here in Situation Mode, you have lots of different, you have 10 different situations. Basically, these teach you how to play the game and get familiar with, of course, situations such as hostage situations, objective-based gameplay, and things of that nature, which allow you to earn what's called renown, which helps you unlock operatives, which we'll get into that here in a second. Some of these are pretty hard, but these will keep you challenged. It's just not the same still as opposed to having an actual single-player campaign. Right along, you'll see there's also multiplayer, which this is really the core of the game. Let's face it, no single-player. You have casual gameplay, and then you have ranked, which you can't even unlock ranked until you reach level 20. And let me tell you guys, it does take a while to actually get to level 20 in this game. You can also do a custom game where you can create games, invite your friends to play, or you can even search for custom games, which are really just different playlists and play types, basically. Moving right along, we're going to get right into still showcasing multiplayer here. The multiplayer, can't deny, it's the core of the game. I really hope this doesn't become the theme of first-person shooters where there's no campaign anymore. You have the terrorist hunt there, which I kind of briefly went into. Terrorist hunt, for those familiar with Rainbow Six, especially Vegas and Vegas 2, my personal favorites, is AI-based gameplay where it's you, go lone wolf, or you and a friend taking on waves of enemies. Then you have your tutorials. So then we get into the operatives. You do have operatives to choose from. You have operatives that are attackers and defenders. Each are unique in their own way, and you can unlock them by getting what's called renown points, which is the little yellow points there at the top and kind of the middle right of the screen. You unlock renown by winning matches, things of that nature, and etc. Renown pretty much really does benefit you by just unlocking operators. That's about it. Each operator has its own unique skills, whether you're attacking or defending. It really just depends on which one you want to do. I would recommend at least getting good with a couple of them and getting familiar with them. And getting familiar with all of them in case somebody picks the one you want. Then we get into the shop. Yep, it has a shop. And yes, it has purchasable content in the form of microtransactions. Yet, once again, I really wish we would get away from the this microtransaction crap. What happened to the good old days of just being able to be skilled enough at a game to unlock things? I mean, sure, you can use your yellow renown points to unlock certain types of things, but, I mean, some of this stuff requires the silver points. I forget what they're called. I'll bring them up here in a second. But that allows you to buy stuff that you really want. Oh, here it is, currency packs. Yes, there it is, of course. And, of course, you can spend real world dollars. I wouldn't blow any of my actual money away in the game. $60 is, I think, a little bit much anyway for this game with no dedicated single-player campaign. I would say more along the lines of maybe $39.99. But as you can see here, there's stuff you can unlock. But the ones in silver, which are ungodly, which actually are not as high, I'm sorry. The ones in gold are an ungodly high amount, all things considered, because, of course, they want you to play this game a lot or just get to the point where you're frustrated and you decide to spend actual money. Of course, this game also has a season pass because, let's face it, nowadays, what game that's a first-person shooter doesn't have a season pass? Because, of course, they don't want to give you everything for $60 anymore these days. Anyway, also, this is a Ubisoft game, so, of course, it has the beautiful, note of sarcasm there, Uplay, which is also dumb, which requires you to go to a different app to unlock things in the game and then go back to the game to use them, which doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just let us unlock things in the game instead of having to go to a freaking app to unlock it, then come back? Then we're going to jump into multiplayer. This is what it looks like when you first boot up a game. You choose your operative. Looks like here I'm the defending team on blue, and you can only choose obviously from the defending operators, which here you better get in on it quick, and you can only choose from operators you have unlocked with Renown. Basically, here's the game. This is it. I'm a defender. You can reinforce walls. You can put up barbed wire. There's all sorts of things there. I'm putting down body armor for myself and my rest of my team. I will tell you guys this right off the bat. If you are a Call of Duty fan, if you are a Battlefield fan, this game is not Call of Duty. This game is not Battlefield. Because unlike those games, this game actually requires everybody on the team to communicate. That's right, folks. Those of you out there, I know who you are, play with some of you, who don't use your headsets, which is very, very frustrating. You need to use your headsets on this. This game requires full cooperation as well as some strategy. If either of those two things are not your forte, which I understand that's not for everybody, then don't play this game. Because like me, when I tried playing this game, while I was reviewing it, I found myself being in several matches where I was the only person with a headset and everybody else was in a party. Just kind of a little tip here. If you're in a party chat, if you're in a party chat with 5 people and you have a whole team, that's cool. But if you're in a party chat with 5 or less players, please jump into the game chat. It really, really sucks when you're by yourself, like I was for a couple games, and you could not coordinate. And I remember when I was playing the game online with people and actually was like, hey, you have a headset. They were like, yeah, about time. So I know I'm not the only player that obviously feels the same way. So please use your headsets, communicate with people. I mean, why spend $59.99 on a game that of this nature that does require cooperative gameplay as well as strategy and things like that if you're not going to talk to anybody? So I suggest those of you who are in party chat who have, maybe less than 4 people or less than 5 people in your party chat, go in game chat, make some new friends that way, and get down some coordination. Who knows, you might find some really good players that way. The game is fun. I think it's a really fun game. There's lots of different multiplayer game types, such as hostage, where you have to basically defend the hostage, or if you're attacking, you have to either grab the hostage, which nobody ever does. I've never seen anybody do that. Or if you're on attacking, you can kill everybody on the other team. Now, what I hate about this is that unlike a lot of other games where you have a lot of different game types and different ways to customize a game, this game is pretty strict on casual multiplayer online matches about it just being the same rules. What I would have liked to have seen was, instead of it just being where the attackers can just kill all the opposing team, which to me just takes out the objective completely, I would have liked to have seen it where they enforced if you can't kill all of the defenders to win, meaning that you had to actually extract the hostage. Because in the situational single player types, when you're doing the hostage situation thing, it actually requires you to actually grab the hostage and escort them out. I think that would have been a lot more fun to have had it where you are required to grab the hostage and walk them out of the building, which would have been a lot more difficult and up the difficulty, instead of just being able to go in and kill all 5 defenders on the other team. But that's kind of really it as far as that goes. I mean, as far as other gameplay improvements go, I just love the fact that there's so many different operators, different gameplay styles, and things of that nature. I really would suggest unlocking as many operators as possible so you can kind of get them down, because you might find yourself in a situation where you're trying to pick an operator. You only have 2 unlocked, and you can't pick those 2 because 2 of the people on your team have picked them. So you're stuck with what's called the rookie, and they're a very, very basic, bare bones type character. So try to unlock as many of the operators as you can. I highly recommend you doing that on both attacking and defending. Other than that, I mean, there's only really a limited amount of gameplay maps types right now. But, of course, with all season passes, that's going to give you more maps and things like that. Hopefully, maybe the season passes give you more stuff. But other than that, is this game good? I would say yes, it is a good game. Rent it first before you buy it to make that $50 investment. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take it easy, guys.